friends, welcome back to the Chronic Chronicles. I'm your host, Lexi Halloran, and today I'm coming to you with a solo episode that's been sitting on my heart for a little while now. Living with chronic illnesses can strip away parts of your identity slowly, subtly, and honestly sometimes all at once. You wake up one day and you realize you barely recognize the person you were before the pain, the fatigue, the uncertainty, all of it. But slowly, piece by piece, you can start to build a new version of yourself. Not the old you, not the sick you, but a more rooted, more tender, maybe more grounded version of you. And I mean, technically you don't have to have a chronic illness to do this. You could do this with anything. With anything that causes a substantial change in your life, you could come back to this and do this. In this episode, I want to share 5 things that have helped me feel more me again, from hot girl walks with a heating patch on, particularly the Get Spicy sticky heating pad. Love, 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 love. To creating, even when I barely have the energy to lift up my phone and look at anything. I hope that this reminds you that you're still in there, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of this episode, I do want to give you guys some updates on life, which, oh gosh, I don't know. So it's been a couple, I think 2 weeks since we did a solo episode, maybe 3 weeks. Last week we did an episode with Emma Maxwell, Endometriosis M, who's one of my really good friends, and we went through and yapped for almost 2 hours. Actually, we yapped for longer than 2 hours, but the official episode I think was an hour and 45 minutes. I mean, it was a really good conversation. We answered a lot of questions from you guys, from the community, and I hope that you guys loved that. Let me know in the comments. If you're on Spotify, you can leave comments on this episode, but if you're on anywhere else and you can leave comments, let me know. Let me know what you thought of that episode. If there were any big questions that we missed that you still would really love answered, because probably in the next couple of months I'll do another Q&A episode, maybe with Emma again, maybe solo, we'll see. But as far as life updates, technically my 75 hard or 75 stronger habit experiment challenge is over. I learned a lot from it. One being, I think I started with way too many habits. I think I had 12 or 13 habits that I was working on all at once, which probably wasn't the best way to go about it. I learned a lot of stuff. I tracked pretty much everything to try to see if there were any correlations to my symptoms or bloating or things that I was eating. And honestly, I didn't really find much. It felt very spontaneous, when I was having symptoms or bloating or cramping or stuff like that. I mean, there were a couple times where first of all, I got the flu at the first of the 75 hard, so that was annoying. And then there were a couple times throughout that I had pretty bad painsomnia, so I think that my sleeping affected some of my symptoms. As far as food and everything like that, I really didn't find any correlations to when I was cramping or bloating or having digestive problems or stuff like that, which is frustrating because I was kind of hoping that I might find something with that. Also, full transparency, I really struggled with it because I just picked way too many habits and I was burnt out and couldn't get all of them done every day, which is okay. It was an experiment. It's fine. But I think that I'm going to do it again, maybe starting in September or something, and only pick 5 habits max. So that way I can really just focus on those things. Or maybe 2 or 3. Or maybe I break it down to, because the 75 hard paper that I've shown you guys, it has 3 pages. So there's 31 days on each page. So maybe I'll change it from 75 to just do 1 month at a time, 30 or 31 days. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think more on that and brainstorm. I always love a habit experiment challenge, something like that. So I'm definitely gonna do it again, but I need to maybe just break it down a little bit so that it's a little bit more edible. I don't know. But I will give a full summary or something on Instagram, so you can go to @Chronic Chronicles Pod on Instagram and I'll post something on there about it. And then also, If you guys want to purchase the PDF, like an electronic PDF, and then you can print it out, or you can just use it like on your iPad or something, I am selling the 75 hard challenge like papers on my website. It's at coastlinechicdesigns.com. That will be in the show notes. I'll actually just link like the actual PDF sale in the show notes too. So you can go look on it. I'm selling it for like $2. So go check it out. Maybe we can plan as a community to do one of these challenges together, and we can all keep each other motivated and consistent, because it definitely is hard. Like, life just gets in the way. Okay, I think that's all of my updates for the moment. We are going on a trip in September. We have a wedding that's coming up, so doing a little bit of looking for a guest dress. I might do that this weekend. My boyfriend is out of town this weekend, so I'm like trying to be super productive and get a lot of stuff done, because like he's not around to hang out with. So we'll see how that goes. And I have been like redecorating my apartment a little bit. Like, I'm putting these huge, you guys obviously can't see it, but I'm putting these huge like floor to length ceiling curtains that are like blackout curtains in the living room. And I just think it's gonna make it look so much more homey. So I went to Target yesterday and I thought that it had like 2 panels in it, but it only had 1. So I have to go back to Target and get another panel. And then I'll post that on Instagram too. So if you guys want to look at the curtains, I think it's going to look so good. That feels like such an adult thing to do, like have curtains in your living room. But getting into the episode, we're talking about the 5 things that have helped me feel more like me again. So number 1, gentle movement has been a huge thing. And I know that I've talked about this on the podcast like quite a few times. Movement has been a really complicated thing for me. I mean like in all the ways, physically, emotionally, mentally, all the ways movement has been like very complicated for me. And there was a time that I believed movement only counted if it was like intense, long, if I was sweating bullets the entire time, and more specifically, if it made me sore. If I wasn't walking around sore the next day, I didn't feel like that movement really counted. But chronic illness has changed that, or really forced me to change my mindset on that. Now I move in ways that I actually enjoy. So first of all, that helps with a couple of things. 1, if you're choosing movements that you actually like, then the odds of you showing up to them are much higher than just trying to force yourself to go work out of like brute force. That's not gonna work when you are basically in a hierarchy of needs and you have to meet your basic needs, and you're already like fighting so many things when you are chronically ill, that fighting your will to go put yourself through this like HIIT workout that you don't enjoy doing is just not gonna work. It's gonna fail every time. And well, maybe the times that it doesn't fail, you're gonna be miserable after. So finding movement that you actually enjoy is really important. For me, right now at the moment, it's walking and running. And when I say running, it's more like jogging, like fast walking, jogging. So because I have found that if I run at a certain speed, I do get endo flares. So I keep myself away from like sprinting and running too fast. I think that it's just like the joltiness, and like it literally, I mean, endometriosis is like gluing my organs together. So it makes sense if you are like at a sprint and you're like you might get an endo flare because it's like literally pulling your organs. But anyway, so at the moment, walking and jogging is what I have found joy in and what I'm actually like really enjoying right now. Prior to that, and it changes, like prior to that, yoga was something that I was like really into, and I still like yoga, but I'm just like not in that zone at the moment. So yeah, it changes. Allow yourself to like learn to like other things and change, and it's okay if you are feeling like you're not really liking the movement that you're doing anymore, and that you maybe want to change it up, try something new. I do that. I've also, this is not sponsored by ClassPass, but I mean, ClassPass, hit me up if you want to, because woo. But I do still have ClassPass, which honestly, accidentally, ClassPass is this like app that you can pay for a certain amount of credits every month, and then the credits you can use on like workout classes around the area. And they have like other things on there now. I think they have like spas and massages, and like you can get your nails done and stuff like that with the credits. But I mostly used it for like workout classes so that I could try different places in the area, and also so that I didn't have to like commit to a studio because I just didn't really know what I liked. So, but I meant to cancel that like a while ago because I've been really into like walking and jogging recently, that like that's all I want to do. I don't really want to go to workout classes. I forgot to cancel it, and I've been paying for it for the past 3 months and didn't realize it. So yay. Whatever, I guess it's fine because now I have like 56 credits that I need to use. So I will start going to some workout classes again, probably yoga. I want to try biking though. I think I might try that too, like a cycle class. But anyways, the point of that is that if you don't know what you like and you're like trying to figure it out, maybe try ClassPass and give it a try and see, like give a whole bunch of classes a try and see what you like and what like doesn't flare you. Now that I move in ways that feel good, that feel like I'm saying thank you to my body, even if I'm struggling, that shift from punishment to presence has been one of the most healing with my mindset on movement. And like I said, my go-to movement as of recent has been walking, not long distances, not fast, just walks that match my energy that day. So I mean, sometimes I do long distance walks. The other day I wanted to walk farther, so I took a work call on a walk and I walked like 4 miles. I'm not walking fast though. Like the 4 miles took me a long time, like an hour and a half. So yeah, I'm just not pushing my body. I'm listening to what it wants to do, because then like on a different day, I went on a walk and I only walked 15 minutes because I didn't feel like my body could do much more than that. And I didn't want to go more than that. So I just really listen to what it's telling me and try not to like guilt myself about not doing more that day or like only walking 15 minutes that day. Like it's okay. It's a spectrum. It's fine. You've probably seen my posts about walking. I try to be pretty up to date on Instagram and post like stories every day and show you guys like what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. So I have been walking a lot, and I also have found that things that help me after my walks are compression socks. Specifically, I use the Bombas compression socks. Again, I don't have an affiliate code with them or anything, but I do really like their socks. And I just bought some more recently, and they had, I think it was like 20% off your first order or something. I don't know. They had a percentage off your first order. So yeah, my boyfriend got some socks too. He got work sock, like dress socks. So we did use the 20% off for that. But yeah, I really, really love compression socks when when I'm going to be walking a lot. If I'm going to be on my feet a lot, I will wear compression socks. I'm also starting to get spider veins, which let me just look up. I'm pretty sure those are genetic. Like my mom and my grandma had spider veins too. Spider veins are dilated small blood vessels on the skin or mucous membranes or anywhere in the body. So common causes are, it says that it can have causes that aren't due to underlying disease. Examples include genetics, pregnancy, sun exposure, varicose veins. It can also be a vitamin K deficiency, which vitamin K is important for normal blood clotting. I don't know, I do have factor V Leiden, the blood clotting disorder, but factor V is actually increases your chance of blood clotting. So I don't know, let's see if there's anything about spider veins and factor V Leiden. It says there's no direct link between the two. Interesting. I actually don't know what the difference is between these. Okay, spider veins and varicose veins are both visible veins that can appear on the skin, but they differ in size. So spider veins are small web-like veins, often red or purple, that are close to the skin's surface. Varicose veins are larger, bulging veins, typically blue or purple, that can be felt under the skin. Okay, yeah. Why does that make me nauseous? Oh, it does. But anyways, I have spider veins at the moment. Well, not many, but I'm starting to get them, particularly on my lower legs. I think my right leg, like right under my kneecap, I have a little bit, and then behind both of my knees, I have a little bit, which I don't know. So, but I do think that the compression socks, honestly, in a perfect world, I would probably just wear them every day for like half the day or something like that. I don't think you need to wear them all day, depending on the situation, but for like everyday wear, I think the ones that I have from Bombas are like 15 to 20 units of pressure. And then for like travel, there's higher ones that are like 30. And because I have Factor 5 Leiden, I'm supposed to wear the higher compression socks when I'm traveling like long distances, like plane rides, if I'm in the car for a really long time, to help reduce my chance of a blood clot, which I'm really bad about, and I'm telling myself I will be better about it, especially now that I've like gotten a couple of socks in like cute colors. So I will be better about it. But yeah, I found that after walks, normally I walk in the morning, and then I'll come home, shower, and I'll put on my like everyday wear compression socks. And I found that that does help with the pain in my feet, for one. 2, it's supposed to help spider veins. 3, it helps with circulation overall. And with Factor 5 Leiden and POTS, I don't have the best circulation. And I find that by the end of the day, my feet and ankles get swollen almost every day, every night. And I have to like literally sleep. Like I can't fall asleep unless my feet are a little bit elevated in bed, because my feet hurt so bad and they're like swollen. So the compression socks have definitely helped with that. The other thing that I do when I'm going out on a walk, because I have a spondy with my back, I do put Pure Spectrum CBD. I use the Recover Ice specifically on my lower back before I leave to go out on my walk. And I literally do this every single day, because I found that if I'm just like preparing my body for the pain that is potentially going to happen, then I end up having a better walk, a better day. So yeah, Pure Spectrum CBD Recover Ice. It's like icy hot, but better. It's also made with like all natural ingredients, like better for you. So slather that all over my lower back. You can use code Chronic Chronicles for a discount with them. And then the last thing that I do is, if I'm having endo cramps that day, then I'll use a Get Spicy heat patch on my stomach to go out on the walk. So that way, like, I have a little bit of heat, it's hard in the summer because it's hot outside. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to like overheat myself, because again, POTS and some like endometriosis too, both of them. Honestly, probably all my chronic illnesses, probably with PCOS too, but like I just have a little bit of heat intolerance. Like I can't get too hot, or I start to feel nauseous and I get dizzy and I just don't feel good. So if I'm going out on that's also why I try to walk like kind of earlier in the day most of the time. But recently it has been afternoon walks, because I have early morning meetings. But anyways, in a perfect world, I would go on a walk in the morning, use a Get Spicy heat patch on my stomach to avoid an endo flare. Or if I am having cramps, then I 100% use it, and I just don't even care if it's hot outside. So yeah, it's not always glamorous, but that's my routine at the moment. And making sure that I drink a lot of water with whatever electrolytes I'm feeling that day. Cheers, water break. Yum. Number 2 on the list is embracing my creativity without pressure. I'm a creative person. I love designing, journaling, writing, making new things, building something from nothing. But when you're chronically ill, creativity gets complicated. Well, brain fog, low energy, pain, it all makes creating feel really hard, even impossible sometimes. The thing that changed everything for me is letting creativity be imperfect, like just letting my creative flow be incomplete, which is something that has been really, really hard for me, because I would say that I am now, okay, first of all, I don't think I'm a type A by nature at all, but because of my ADHD and also chronic illnesses, I have to plan for things. And I have to give myself routines and schedules, or I will not get anything done. So that being said, I am a forced type A person who also is a little bit of a perfectionist, and also did just get diagnosed with OCD, which I'm not 100% ready to talk about yet, but will at some point. So all of those qualities about me make letting a creative process just like be really, really hard. Like, it's actually very contradictory, I would say, to be to have like all these characteristics, but also still be like a highly creative person. I don't know. I'm a complicated person, I guess. We're all complicated, but it's really funny because I think being creative is something that has followed me all through my life. Like, something, I think creativity and loving a creative process and just like being artistic has been probably one of my first character traits and has just followed me through life, and all of the other things I've like developed over time. But it all comes back to I am creative, and that's what makes me me. Like, I've always just been messy and creative, and I've fine-tuned myself in other ways that now contradict my original personality traits from childhood, I guess. But if you were to like talk to people in my family or anything like that, they would all tell you that they would have thought that I would have gone into like a creative role, some type of like creative career, like doing design or something like that. But I chose science. It's funny. But I feel like that has to do with other things, like my perfectionism mentality and like academic, I don't know, rewards and stuff like that. But anyways, I really stopped trying to make every project a masterpiece and just started creating for me, and started creating things that I like and that bring me joy, and that I don't have like a flow or a process or anything like that. Creativity for me now looks like designing. So also, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I do have a small business. It's called Coastline Chic Designs. Again, will be in the show notes. But I created that business, I think technically in 2018 is when I like started selling anything, even like in small remnants to like my friends and stuff like that. But originally that business started out with making beaded earrings. I'll post a throwback here. Like, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I'll show you a picture of my OG beaded earrings. So originally it started with that, and I had no intention of selling them. I was just making them for me and like having fun with them. And then friends and family started asking me like where I got them and if I sold them. So that's how that started, and I created Coastline Chic Designs, and I would just sell stuff like on Instagram and to friends and family. And then I started getting more into like digital design and designing like other clothing things. Also, I don't remember if I've ever said this on the podcast before, but when I was a kid, the first thing that I ever wanted to be in life, like as an adult, was a fashion designer. Like, that's what I thought I was going to be when I grew up. And then that turned into a marine biologist, and then that turned into a doctor, and blah, blah. And I also thought about being a lawyer for a little while. But anyways, the first thing was a fashion designer. And I am in no means at all a fashion designer these days, but I do make designs for clothes, like print designs, I guess, and like word designs and stuff. So yeah, it has just evolved into my little side project, my little small business, where I do have a full website that comes out with like seasonal launches every year. And when I moved to Washington 2 years ago in 2023, I started an actual LLC for my business. So it is a registered business in the state of Washington. And I started going to like markets, farmers markets, seasonal markets, art fairs, like stuff like that, and selling my stuff. And it has been really fun. And I don't make like a full-time living from it. Obviously, I still have a full-time job, but that is like what keeps my creative side alive. And I really enjoy it, and I really like doing it. It has kind of like changed and evolved a lot. Like when I was in grad school, I launched the website in 2021, I think. when I started grad school, and I would also do like wholesale a lot when I lived in Michigan and Wisconsin. So I would have like small businesses, boutiques, like stuff like that around me that would buy items from me wholesale and then sell it at their place. There also was a point where I like rented a little space in a little like shop and I sold things. So it's kind of evolved a lot. For the past 2 years, like I said, I was doing like markets and in-person things around Washington, which have been really fun, but also extremely exhausting. I won't lie, like it is tiring to go. It's an all-day extravaganza. Even if the market is only open from 10 to 4, you have to get there at like 7 a.m. to like load everything in. And then you're there for like hours after loading everything out, because you usually can only bring like a couple cars in at a time to get stuff out. So it's just a very tiring process. But I do still plan on doing a couple seasonal thing, like probably around Christmas time is the only time I'll do markets now. Just, I like Christmas markets, so I might do a couple Christmas markets this year. And I have a fall launch that just came out. Part 1 and part 2 will come out soon. So I'm doing like seasonal launches, but I'm not gonna do just like normal, like everyday items anymore. I'm really trying to switch my focus of Coastline Chic into like business to business sales. So making merch for other businesses or wholesale, I'll make items for other businesses basically, because I feel like that is just a better business plan, but it still keeps my creative side alive. And I've learned a lot. Like I'm always the person that anyone in my family or my boyfriend's family comes to for like a creative project, and I absolutely love that. It's been a fun process. And creativity nowadays looks like designing tote bags or shirts in short bursts. Like when I actually get a creative idea, then I go do it, instead of like forcing myself to like be in a creative mindset all the time. I just allow my creative ideas to come when they come, and then I act on them. Or journaling, like one word, or drawing whatever my brain thinks of when I can't think of anything else. Also this, like the podcast, creating podcast content in chunks. So recording when my voice is strong, resting when it's not. Basically, Coastline Chic reminds me that I can still build something beautiful, even slowly, even with limitations, even if it changes over time. It's my stuff. Like I can do whatever I want. You can be creative, and you can be creative with chronic illness. You just have to do it on your own timeline, and you have to be like graceful with yourself in that aspect. But it's definitely doable. You can be creative and be sick. Okay, number 3 is romanticizing the little things. Oh gosh, I used to think that life had to be huge to be beautiful, but chronic illness teaches you to find magic in the smallest moments, like the everyday moments, the ability to get up and go on a walk, the days that you don't have pain, to find stillness and beautifulness. Is that a word? I don't know. Beautifulness in those moments. And now I romanticize my routines. Not because they're perfect, but because they're my routines and my body, and I'm listening to what I need. So some little rituals that help me feel more like myself in my everyday life is lighting a candle when I get up. So like when I get up in the morning, pretty much every morning, I wake up, I come out to my living room. I have a sliding glass door with like, right now it has the, what are those called? Like window things that you like open and you open it. So every morning I come in, I open that, I open the sliding glass door, I let some fresh air in, and then right next to the door is a fall candle that I light every morning. Normally it's a different type of candle, but right now it's a fall candle. Get it smelling really good in here, and then I go over to my espresso machine area, and I love that I have an espresso machine now, by the way. This just like makes my day so happy. And I make myself a little coffee, and then like I'll sit on the couch, I'll have a little bit of time with my cat. I've really been trying to have like slow mornings recently. It depends on the morning, but most of the mornings I will like make my coffee and then come and sit down and do like the ice roll on my eyes, because I wake up and my eyes are swollen every single day and my face is puffy. So I do a little ice roll. I check in on my Instagram DMs and message with you guys. And then I will turn on whatever show I'm watching at the moment. Lately, I've been really into reality TV, so Vanderpump Rules at 7 in the morning, blasting. And I will cuddle with my cat for like 10 minutes. And then I'll go back into my room, make my bed. If I'm having like a good day, even if I'm having a flare day, honestly, I try to give myself that normal routine. And then I will put on a cute workout set of some form. So that way I'm like reminding my brain that I'm going to go for a walk. Like we have a routine, I'm gonna go for a walk. Even if I like have a meeting immediately in the morning that I have to do and I can't do the walk until after the meeting, I still put on that workout set to tell my brain that we will do that. And then like one of my other favorite parts of my day that I like romanticize is after whatever workout I do, the walk, the jog, if I actually do go to the gym too, or like physical therapy or something, I come home, I shower, and then after my shower, I will put on like my some days cramp cream if I'm having some cramps, the Pure Spectrum if my back is hurting, I'll put on my compression socks, whatever like pain care thing that I want to do, I'll do that if I need to. And then I'll put on some comfy clothes, like not my workout clothes that I had on, but like a comfy cozy set if I have one, or some like comfy cozy sweatpants and a t-shirt, like stuff like that I'm just like really comfortable in for the rest of the day, even if this is at 12 o'clock, because these aren't the pajamas I'm gonna wear to bed later. These are just like my lounge work from home clothes. But I love that part of my day so much. It's just like romanticizing the little things in your life and looking for like the mini luxuries in your life to like celebrate. I love that. These things might sound really small, but they remind me that I am still here. I am still me. I'm still creating comfort for myself. I'm still giving myself a day that I love, even if I'm in pain that day. And I think that that like really keeps me grounded. Also like helps me with work from home because I'm in a routine and I'm like loving all of the things that I have at home, because sometimes it can get kind of like cabin fevery when you work from home all the time because you're just like not talking. I mean, I talk to people in meetings, but like you're not physically seeing people. So yeah, routines help a lot. Number 4 on this list is setting boundaries that protect my energy. This one is hard, especially if you're a recovering people pleaser like me, but saying no is an act of love. It's an act of love for yourself and for the people that you care about. Because when I overextend myself, I crash, and when I crash, I disappear. I dissociate from work, from friends, from life, from my family, from my cat, from everyone. In reality, it's an act of love for you and for the people around you, because if you overextend and crash, you're not giving them the best version of yourself anyways. So, like, what's the point? And some boundaries that I've set are canceling plans without guilt when I'm flaring. I'm not going to feel guilty for staying home because, full transparency, I don't think you're going to want me there in a flare anyways. I literally am not fun to be around in that moment because I feel like shit. So you probably don't want me there anyway. Saying no to last minute meetings if I haven't rested. Like, I mean, okay, full transparency, if it's my 9-to-5 job and they book a last minute meeting, I will say yes 99% of the time because I kind of have to because it's my job. But like for the podcast or for, you know, just Chronic Chronicles in general, or for Coastline Chic, like anything like that, if people ask me for last minute meetings, most of the time I will try my best to accommodate that. But if I'm having a bad day, or if I haven't rested, or I feel like, oh, I've done too much today and that's going to push me over, I will say no and get a different time. Also, asking for accommodations instead of suffering through. I think on one of the recent solo episodes, I talked about boundaries. I did talk about boundaries, and I did mention like asking for accommodations for things. And one of the examples I gave was at workout classes, asking for accommodations on like certain poses that you are in pain or like are gonna hurt you, or even just having a discussion with like the workout instructor and like letting them know that you have a chronic illness and like what it is, and maybe they can help before class to give you some ideas on what to do so that you won't be in pain. But that was just an example. But like literally anything in life, asking for accommodations, instead of suffering through things that are not accessible to you, because you deserve accessibility just as much as anyone else. Like, you deserve to have the same experience as other people. And then the last one is muting or unfollowing accounts that drain me, which I felt iffy on this. Like, I feel like people always, I don't know, I feel like I see TikToks all the time of people being like, oh my God, I blocked this person on social media because I didn't like their content, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know if I would go as far as like blocking somebody, but like unfollowing accounts that like it's draining me. I feel like I'm comparing myself to them, like stuff like that, things that are just like unhealthy. I think it actually is beneficial to both people in that situation to unfollow their content, because yeah, like you're really not giving you continuing to follow them isn't giving them anything either. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's one that I've definitely started doing, and just allowing myself to stop giving so much to people that you don't need to. Like, you don't owe anyone. I mean, you do owe people respect, but you get what I'm saying. Boundaries are not walls, they're guidelines for safety. That's the reframe in my brain that I have started telling myself, that a boundary is not like this like concrete wall that people need to like get through. It's a literal guideline for both of our safeties in the relationship. And I think that you should have boundaries in literally every relationship you have in life, despite what it is. Like your spouse, your partner, your parents, your friends, your coworkers, your manager, like you should have boundaries with people. And the more that I set them, the more I see myself again in the mirror, truly. The more that I listen to what my body wants, needs, to the boundaries that my brain is telling me that I mentally need, and the more that I set them and listen to my body, the more that I recognize myself more in the mirror. The more confident I feel in everyday life, because I'm actually listening to my body and I'm not fighting it. It really does help. And then the last one, number 5, is finding and creating community, which is all of you. Chronic illness can be deeply, deeply isolating, but community changes everything. Creating this podcast, connecting with you, meeting people who get it, having in real life community events, which I know we haven't had one since March, but keep your eye out. We'll probably have one soon in the future, hopefully. That's been one of the biggest parts of my healing journey. And I'm not the same person I was before illness, but I've met so many people because of it. I actually had somebody ask me recently, if you could like throw away your chronic illnesses, would you? And of course, like my initial response is like, yes. Like I don't want to live with these things. I don't want to suffer through this. But then like the more I think on it, like, yes, I still agree with that. I don't want to suffer through any of these things, but the experiences and the people that I've met through having endometriosis and having other chronic illnesses has made, and all of the experiences too, like have made me the person that I am, and I love myself. So like there's this little part of me that's like, no, I wouldn't change the life that I'm given. I wouldn't change the life that I was given, because then I would be a different person, and I don't know if I want to be a different person. I like myself. Like I want to be me. Yeah, and I've met so many beautiful people because of it that I don't think I would have met otherwise, and I want to know you. I want to know all of you. So that's my answer to that. You don't need a massive friend group. 1 or 2 people who understand, that's gold. Whether it's through DMs, support groups, or TikTok section, or TikTok comment sections, connection really, really matters. I think that it is life-changing for pretty much anyone. And like humans, we're not meant to be solitary. We're meant to form connections with people. If you're feeling alone, let this be a reminder. There's space for you here. There's space for you in the Chronic Chronicles community. So those are the 5 things that have helped me feel like myself again. None of them are magic fixes. None of them are things that are going to change your life in a day, but they are mindset shifts. They are physical shifts that, I don't know, maybe gentle pivots, if you will, little reminders that I'm still here, I'm still me, you're still here, you are still you. Movement, creativity, rituals, routines, boundaries, community. that's that. Maybe your list looks different, or maybe you're still figuring it out. That's okay. Just know that you are not alone in that process. If this episode made you feel a little bit more seen, I'd love if you shared it with a friend or you tagged me on socials. I love seeing how these episodes land with you, and I love hearing about what you think of them. If there's other things that you wish that I would talk about, if there's things that you don't agree with or agree with, I love the discourse. Until next time, be kind to yourself. Try to go on a little walk today. Let me know how that goes for you. I'm sending you so much love, and we will talk again next week.